We're given a quadratic in standard form, and we're asked to write the quadratic in vertex form. So let's just review the general form for standard and for vertex. So for standard form of a quadratic, that would give me ax squared plus bx plus c, and that's y equals. And for vertex form, of a quadratic, that would be y is equal to a times the quantity x minus h squared plus k. So I want to go from standard form, which this is written in, into vertex form. So it needs to look like this. So when I'm looking for vertex form, it means I need to know what the vertex is. So the vertex is the value of h comma k. hk is a very special xy. So let's find that first. So the easiest way to do this is to put this in the calculator. So we put it in our calculator in our y equals. I'm going to use x's instead of n. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to graph it. Well, my vertex is actually down here. You don't need to worry about seeing it, but I could zoom out if I wanted to. So let's go ahead and find that vertex. So in my calculator, I'm going to do second trace or second calculate, and I have to decide, it doesn't say vertex here. So before I do that, let's look back at my graph. I'm actually going to sketch a picture of what this looks like. Now when I say sketch, I am not really all that concerned about my x and y axis. I am just going to look at the sketch. There it is. Doesn't even have to look like it. Just general idea. And so I know that my vertex is down here. So I need to know that this is at the bottom. So if I were to go back and look at that second trace again, I see I have minimum and maximum. So this vertex is a minimum because it's on the bottom. Okay, so that means I'm going to use my minimum, which is number 3. So it's asking me left bound, and my cursor is left bound of what I want. So I'm going to push enter. And now it says right bound. Well, I want to be to the right of this, so I'm going to move my cursor to the right of what I want. I'm not exactly sure why this is so washed out on my screen. But we can see that in this calculator it draws 2 vertical lines like goalposts, and the point I want is in between. It asks me to guess. I'm just going to push enter, and notice it tells me my minimum. So my minimum is 1.99999, which is actually 2. So that's positive 2, and my y is negative 11. Okay, so this is my hk right here, h and k. So that means then that I'm going to use this form. I'm going to substitute in my h and my k. So I'm just going to simply rewrite y equals a x minus h squared plus k. And I'm going to substitute those in for my h and my k. So y is equal to a x minus 2 squared minus 11. Okay? So I just want you to notice here that this point is positive, but when I put it in my vertex formula, I have a minus 2. It's the opposite on the inside. So now I need to figure out what my A is. And this is actually pretty easy. We really don't have to do any math here. So my A in standard form is the same as my A in vertex form. So what's my A? My A is 2. So that means then that my equation is y is equal to 2, x minus 2 squared minus 11. So this here is in vertex form. And I'm done.